What's up YouTube, it's Elijah1Dream and we're back again with another NBA 2K24 New Gen Rec Center gameplay video. And in today's video we are back on the 7'0" revised Demigod build. And in today's gameplay we got a nasty 33-point gameplay where we get some nasty putbacks, some pull-up threes, some nasty blocks, everything, you name it. A really fun gameplay in store for you guys today. But first things first, just in case this is your first time seeing one of my videos, I will run through the attributes of this build and I will show you guys the jump shot for this build as well too. And if you want to see the build video for this build, click about 10 seconds before the outro, let it play, and then in the outro it will pop up the build video for you to click on. So let's get into these attributes. So currently I am a 96 overall. We have a 49 out of a 68 close shot. Now this year you don't necessarily need the close shot. It was tested by 2K Lab. With yellow contests, a 25 or 95 close shot, it's only a 3% make difference. So it's not a ton of difference there. And if you're wide open, you give them pump fakes, you can still finish and get some green standing layup. 88 driving layup, get that Hall of Fame float game, and once we hit starter 3 right away, try that Demantis bonus layup package. It is going to be super cheesy. And of course, 89 driving dunk for pro driving contact dunks, and we do have a 92 standing dunk to go with that 80 vertical, or all you at least need is a 75 to get elite big man contact dunks, and we get those pro driving contacts as well. Only a 25 post control. It says we have an 80 mid-range, but we actually have a 79. I am wearing an arm sleeve right now that gives you +1 to your mid-range, and a 74 3 ball and a 69 free throw. So some pretty solid shooting all the way around. You can stretch the floor and pretty much shoot from anywhere, especially in sharpshooting takeover or Mamba mentality. 86 pass accuracy, extremely nice for that gold break starter. You can come down with those rebounds, hold X or A, get that ball down the court and get some easy fast break assists and buckets. Right now only a 56 ball handle. That will be part of our next upgrade going to that 62. And of course we have a 61 speed with ball, and in Mamba mentality this is increased all by 10, and it is extremely fun to be able to grab the ball, go coast to coast, pull up threes, dunks, whatever it might be. 82 interior defense, that does get us that gold workhorse badge, and we can also get silver post lockdown on this build. So again, up against some cheesy post scorers that only drop step and post spin, you'll be able to defend them pretty well. Of course you have an 87 block with silver anchor. You can put your hands up and or just swat their stuff out of the gym. A 67 perimeter defense. If you end up using the juice perk, you actually could probably get an 80+ perimeter defense on this build. So even if you get switched on to a guard and you have some good defensive instincts, you should be able to stay in front of them pretty well. So it's really nice to be able to guard the perimeter with this build, and you can still lock down the paint with it as well. But in order to do that, I had to sacrifice my steal. But even then, if you still time some of your square buttons or X buttons right on Xbox, you still can get some nice tips and some steals and just some little cheesy ones here and there. And like I said, an 87 block, that does get you silver anchor, and I believe you get gold chased on artist with this build as well too. And I ended up sacrificing the offensive rebound. I do like to play around the perimeter and space the floor a lot more. It's not like you can't get offensive rebounds with this either. If you do get position, you can still come down with it, and of course you can still get some nasty putback dunks, as you will see in the upcoming gameplay. And 92 defensive rebound for gold rebound chaser. I find this extremely nice to have. A lot of center builds have a 92 offensive rebound, so this way you can match it, battle with them, you get position, you know you're going to get that board. And you have an 84 strength as well too, which definitely is sufficient enough to hold your own. But a 66 speed, I believe that does get us that gold chase down artist badge. 45 acceleration for bronze spot finder. 84 strength for silver immovable enforcer. We get silver brick wall, a nice plethora of strength and defensive badges come with this. I find 84 is the sweet spot. If you go 90, you don't get as much speed. A 7-footer, that's definitely all right, but still 84, you can definitely still guard those 90 strength centers. And then once again, once you get Mamba mentality or physicals takeover, you can get a 94 strength and absolutely hold your own. And an 80 vertical and a 7-footer is extremely nasty, especially with a 7'10" wingspan. The blocks and the rebounds that you can get is nasty. You are an athletic freak on this build. And last but not least, the stamina at a 95, that matches the 82 interior defense to get the gold workhorse badge. And for the jump shot, if you are a returning subscriber, you guys already know Jonathan Isaac base. It has been my favorite base this year. I've been the most consistent with it. It's the one that's been working for me. It might not work for you, so try some other bases out. Maybe it feels more natural to you. Eric Pascal has been a very popular base as well too. I tried it out a few times. I just not as consistent with it as I am with Jonathan Isaac, so I switched over to Jonathan Isaac, and what I like to do is find one jump shot or one base and really try and master it and only use that for the year. And my favorite release with it is Tim Duncan. I like Tim Duncan's release height. You always get a very good release height, and of course defensive immunity is extremely nice as well to have too. And for this one, I ended up mixing it with Marquise Chris. That was one of my releases from 2K23, so we blended it 45% Tim Duncan and 55% Marquise Chris. And as you can see on my release speed, it is one tick down, but for some reason on this base it drops it halfway. But if you go full speed, you get a D+ timing stability, and if you drop it one tick, you do get that C- timing stability. But as you can see, you still get an A release speed, A release height, and a C+ defensive immunity. So on a Jonathan Isaac base, it's definitely worth it to drop the speed notch one, and you can still get that nice release speed as well. And once again, 45% Tim Duncan and 55% Marquise Chris. Now that we've ran through the attributes and the jump shot for this build, let's get into this gameplay. Alright, so here we've got a 33 point, 18 rebound, 4 assist, 1 steal, and 4 block gameplay on 14 of 18 shooting and 5 of 8 from 3-point land. And we are up against a 6'9" center, so we do have a size advantage. Now in this gameplay, we do get some pretty nasty highlights. We get 2 putback dunks, some pull-up threes, and of course we show off the defense with 4 blocks and 1 steal. And right there, showing off how quick and agile this 7-footer can be. I really do like having some ball handling and speed with ball on it for examples like that. And of course we get a nasty swat block, only with an 87 block and silver anchor as well. But again, that absolutely gets the job done, and I've mentioned this in previous videos as well. 2K Labs has done some tests, and all you need is a 77 technically, but man, the putback dunks this year are so satisfying. It's weird though, it seems like I'll get a bunch in one day and then I'll go a stretch for like a week or two and not get any, and then all of a sudden once again just the frequency increases. I think also partially having a higher level of aerial wizard does help the frequency as well too. But man, they are just so satisfying. But we do have another putback dunk coming up here soon, and it is absolutely nasty. And right there, showing off that 25 close shot as well. Like I've been saying throughout the build videos and other videos on this build as well too, and just in general with builds where I haven't increased a close shot, it is absolutely usable. You just have to make sure that you're open like that. I gave them a pump fake, they got in the air, I got positioned, they couldn't get a contest on me. It is very greenable. And as you can see, I was using layup timing, but right here, going coast to coast with the pull-up 3 on the 7-footer. I absolutely love doing that once I'm in Mamba mentality. Of course, in Mamba mentality, you do get that 99 defensive rebound, and you will get up to an 84 3-ball as well too. So their green window definitely expands, becomes really big, and of course out the corner, that is absolutely money. And some shooting tips as well. If you guys don't, make sure every single Monday you guys go to the lethal shooter gym and get your hot spots, your lethal zones, whatever it might be. That might be a pretty pedestrian tip at this point, but still, if you guys aren't doing that, you really need to get into the habit of doing that. Get your hot zones. You can even go play the street ball. I believe it still works to get your hot zones there. I could be wrong, but again, that's how a lot of people go and get their hot zones. They'll just go and play the street ball games, grind that out, get their hot zones, and then you can go to the lethal shooter drill, get your lethal zones, the purple zones, and you'll be absolutely lights out. Now for tall center builds with the lower 3 balls, I absolutely recommend increasing your corners. So get your hot zones in your corners or get your lethal zones in your corners. It is the most highest efficient 3-point shot in basketball. The corner 3 is actually a little bit closer than anywhere else around the 3-point line. And again, you do have that corner specialist badge. If you spot up, you can activate Claymore, you can activate catch and shoot. You got your hot zones. You should be absolutely successful. And of course, find a jump shot that works for you. Jonathan Isaac base has been really great for me. It might not work for you, just like Pascal. I couldn't really get the consistency down with it, but that's what I was talking about right there, catching a major body with the putback. Man, that's why this build is so fun. The driving contact dunks coming with those putback contact dunks are just so nasty. And once again, getting a nice little blow by. We do have big driver on this build. I don't believe it popped up right there. I'm still kind of confused when it does pop up, but again, it's still really nice to have some ball handling and speed with ball for just instances like that. And again, spotting up over the corner, that is absolutely money. So this build is a very lethal inside outside threat.
great enough defense, you got enough physicals and speed and strength, you can lock up pretty much anybody in the paint. You have interior defense as well too, silver post lockdown. It is a very, very well-rounded build. Probably my favorite center build this year, I can't lie. And like I said last video, 7-footers or 7'1" are really the perfect mix of size, speed, and strength. Now, I did play against a 7'3" with this new 6'8" that I made. I should have a video out hopefully next week on that, but with the holidays coming up, I have been pretty busy. But once again, I did actually try out J2 Thor once again, and I have been a little bit more consistent. I have found the timing with it. I did have to hold it a little bit longer than what I'm used to with Jonathan Isaac base, but I am starting to get used to it. I am liking it a bit more, but I still think I love this 7-foot center build right here even more. And we are almost at starter 3. I've mentioned this a ton, but it has taken me a minute to get to starter 3. I was really counting on that last season rep boost to get me there. Unfortunately, Rise came back in the last weekend. I don't know how that was even possible, but somehow they did it, and they were able to get that 20% rep boost. Now, it was 20% for me on the starter 2, so I would have got another 20%, but once again, I can't wait to get starter 3. But there we have it, a 33 point, 18 rebound, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 4 block gameplay on 14 of 18 shooting and 5 from 8 from 3-point land. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this, and hit that sub if you're new, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.